Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to World of Tanks patch 9.12. New HD skins, or models rather, one of which here being the Panzer S35, which is a tank that I like, which is the French version of the Somya S35, which is a tank which, in World of Tanks, I don't really like, because it's a lot different to this thing. But more on that as we go into the review, and we're going to be doing a review of this. First, let me just tell you what's been happening with the new patch. Province is now completely gone. There was still game files, that's now gone, so there's no trace of Province left other than videos on YouTube of people playing on Province, like me and my Panzer II, yay. Yeah, so Province is gone. There's another map that's gone as well. I think Dragon Ridge or something like that has gone. Oh no, it might have been Hidden Village actually that's gone. Still don't know why they removed Province. Province was a fair and balanced map. Um, and yeah, new American tank destroys this thing, the T-56 gun motor carriage, where I just got insta-killed after lagging around everywhere because my Wi-Fi is just going, no, you can't play because it's just been raining in England as usual. But here's the new Tier 2 tank destroyer, the T3 heavy motor carriage, which is basically T18 but without the armour, which is a lot better. As for the T18, it's now Tier 3 artillery, so have fun all you seal clubbing T18s with your camouflage and your heat shells. Have fun with a 75mm howitzer that has 8.57 rounds per minute, has a 0.68 dispersion and a 4.8 aiming time. Have fun with that. And the T-82 as well, now artillery, can mount two different 105 howitzers. I have these things researched because they're the things that I've researched already when they were back in the tank destroyer line. So yeah, when these things were in the tank destroyer line, I obviously had researched that, and then decided no, I'm not going to be a seal clubber. But this thing is a cute little thing. It looks funny. May get this. Who knows? But so yeah, those things are new HD models. There's a new French medium tank, premium tier 8, the M4A1, whatever it is, Revolution maybe, I don't know what it means in French. I can't pronounce it in French because I don't have it here with me. But other than that, nothing really particularly new. Centurion Action 10 is in. There you go, Centurion Action 10 is in. So yeah, that's now the new British Tier 10 medium tank. What else? The T10M is now in place of the IS-8. That's China. Why am I looking at China? I want Russia. Defeat in the yeah, there you go. So yeah, lost on that. But there you go, T10M. IS-8 is now T10M. Everyone's still going to call it the IS-8 because that's what it is. That's how it has been for ages. Other than that, new HD models. There's like 30 of them, I think they said. As for HD models of tanks I have, obviously this is a new thing. This is what it looks like. The T-56 gun motor carriage has that 38mm of frontal hull armor with 25 and 12 at the rear, mounting a 3-inch gun or a 57mm gun, depending on which one you want. I only have this thing researched because that's all I had researched on the old American tank destroyer. So yeah, here's the 57mm. Let me look at the stats for the 3-inch. 101 average penetration, 110 average damage, 0.42, 2.2. Okay. 110, 75.4, and 2. Not that much difference between them. That does less damage and has better penetration slightly than this thing. But anyway, so yeah, okay. So yeah, that's a new vehicle that I have. This thing is now an HD model. I'll go through the better things, the better tanks. I think they have HD models. That's always had it. That's always had it. Well, it's had it before the patch. Tier 6, that's already have it. That one does as well. That does as well. Tier 7, 88, 87, no. 8015A, no. Panther M10, yes, or has been before the patch. 1357 was introduced with it. Ah, the 88 Jagdtiger, yes, there you go. an HD model for this. It's amazing. Yet to play a game with it, but, well, as in with the HD model, but I'm sure it'll look nice. All we need now is the KV5. That'll be nice. Tier 9 don't have anything. Tier 10 as well don't have anything. So yeah, Tier 4 now. Move down to here. Matilda HD model. Here it is in the desert camouflage. Let me just show you the other camos with it because I'm interested to see. So yeah, there's that winter one. There's that one. And then there's that one. So yeah. There you go. As for emblems and stuff, what about inscriptions? What is this thing? What? Plus 0% in total. Oh yes, because before the patch they said they were going to change these things to be like the World of Warships inscriptions, like the signal flags. However, practically everyone said no, we don't want that, at least not in its current form. So now they sort of have the bonuses, but they don't actually do anything because it says plus 0% in total. I have plus 3% star. I have a plus 3% camo bonus because camo. Frozen again. No, it hasn't. There you go. So yeah. Of course, the vehicle concealment because of the camouflages. And yeah. Okay. So yep, there's that in HD model. Hetzer, unfortunately no, we need that in HD. Valentine 2, no. B1, no. AMX40, no. That's always had it. I hate the Japanese heavies up till now. Tier 4, I hate them because they're crap. Tier 3 gone through. Tier 1, Renault FT, no. Here it is, the Renault FT. I have it, I just haven't used it because it has the camouflage. Because I can't get into a game in it. Here, however, is the most important thing to be ever in HD ever. The Panzer II. Look at it. It looks amazing. It needed HD modelling from the start. I mean, look at it. Winter. Winter, and then summer, and then desert. Look at it. This looks awesome. I mean, look at that. That also works in HD as well. Look at that. Because I didn't get this camouflage on it because this one looked marginally better. It looks a lot better, I think, actually on here. However, also this didn't really fit with the proportion. It was sort of all zoomed in, so it didn't really look nice. But now it looks all right on here. But yeah, I already have a camo. Is this a new one? No, that's the old one. Okay. Got them. Look at them all. Don't they all look amazing in HD on the Panzer II? Except for white. White doesn't really work. Look at it though. Look at it. Oh, it's amazing. And then of course we have Jaeger because it's a Panzer Jaeger. Panzer II. But yeah, anyway, we're not doing a review on the Panzer II. I've already done that. So instead, we're doing it on the Panzer S35, and I spent a lot of time already not doing it on this. So yes, we will now move on to this. 260 hit points, which is pretty good for tier 3 medium tanks. Other medium tanks, of course, the Grob Traktor, which will have lots of health because it's a rare premium that has no armor and a terrible howitzer type gun. It's not a howitzer, but it may as well be. But yeah, it's the slow velocity short barrel 75mm on it, so yeah, that gun's terrible. Well, it's alright with the high explosive and stuff, but anyway, so yes, Panzer S35, so here we are. So 260 hit points, yeah, just we're going through all these things. Don't have another medium other than the Somya, which has got 250 with the upgraded turret. Without the upgraded turret, it's like 220 or something, so yeah, it's got pretty good hit points. 20 ton load limit, 16 ton for the Grob Traktor, 10 tons for the T-70, 13 for the B-7 artillery, 12.21, 15.25, and over 20 for the Somya S35. It has a 220 horsepower engine which propels it along at 37 kilometers an hour top speed. We'll mostly be comparing it to the Somya here, so 230 horsepower engine, so only 10 more horsepower, but yet for some reason can get up to 45 kilometers an hour top speed, which I don't know, I don't understand. 40-degree hull traverse for the Panzer S35 for the Somya. It is 38, so 2 degrees worse. Now for the armor. The armor is the thing which I didn't really get, because this is the turret that the Somya gets, which is pretty much the same as the Panzer S35's turret. So if we bring up both of these turrets here, so 56, sorry, 56, 46, 46 for the Panzer S35 turret. For the Somya turret, 42, 42, 42, 42 all around, which I don't understand because they're both sort of basically the same turret. But okay, sure, this is a Panzer S35. It may have been captured when they had a better version of this turret, but not as good as the actual turret that's on here. Because as you can see, this is the stock turret that's on the Somya here on the picture. That's what it looks like on the stock Somya, and that's what it looks like on the Panzer S35. They're basically the same, but I don't know. So yeah, 41 traverse speed, which is turret traverse rather, which is 1 degree better than the 40 on the Somya. 320 for the Somya, 330 for the Panzer S35, and they both weigh 2,000 kilograms. So yeah, there's that. But then if we go to the upgraded turret here of the Somya, which is the same tier turret as the Panzer S35, 40, 40, 60. Okay, it has worse armor at the front and sides, but yet better at the rear. Who's going to show their rear of the turret to an enemy tank? Why? It's like a downgrade almost. It allows you to fit the better 47mm, and it has 1 better degrees turret traverse than the Panzer S35. It has the same view range, weighs more, less armor at the front. I don't know. It seems like a downgrade, but okay. Sure, France, if you want to. Then, yeah, there's that. But then, moving on to the hull, which is the real problem, I think, between this thing and the Somya. Because when I got the Somya, I was like, yeah, the Somya is going to be the same as the Panzer S35, except it's going to be French, so it'll be better. But no, look at the hull. So the turret, hull, rather. Hull armor, 36, 35, 25. Okay, that's for the Panzer S35. So 36, 35, 25 for the Somya. 47, 40, 35. It has more armor. Okay, it has more armor than the same tank, but in the German line. Why? There is no logical explanation. Did the Germans just go, yeah, we do not need all that armor, we will just strip some off of the hull, we do not need it, we can reuse it, we can make Panzer tools, and we can kill everyone. But, yeah, why? It has less armor at the front. It has less armor on the hull altogether than the same tank, but in the French tank tree. How does that make any sense? It doesn't. It's... what? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm sort of like, okay, but yet this tank does well. But yet, I can't get the hang of this tank. Why is that? Well, it's a premium tier 3. Premium tier 3s see tier 3s more consistently. They don't have preferential matchmaking. They do still see tier 4s and 5s. However, because it's a premium tier 3s I think see tier 3s a lot more frequently than they do tier 4s and tier 5s. Whereas when I'm playing the Somya, I have like 10 games and only one of them may be a tier 3. The rest of them will be tier 4 or tier 5. So your armor, your better armor, is not going to help you. So it's sort of... what? But the armor is sloped and rounded of the Panzer S35. It's all very sloped, surrounded side of the turret and of the hull, which means that you can do side scraping very effectively. You can bounce shots. I have bounced lots of shots. That's why people like the Panzer S35 and probably not the Somya so much. But moving on to the gun now. The gun is a 47mm SA35L43. 34, sorry. And if we get up the same gun but on the non-premium Somya, SA34, SA35. So yeah, here it is. So here is the gun on the Panzer, here is the gun on the Somya. Both 47mm guns. The Panzer S35 has better rate of fire with 27.63 compared to the 25 of the French one. It has far superior penetration, 55 compared to 25, 90 with its premium compared to 46 with the French 47mm, and 24 with high explosives, because they're both 47mm guns. It has two better average damage, 52, 52, 62, 50, 50, and then 62 for high explosive. Has slightly better accuracy with 0.39 compared to the 0.4 of the French one, and it has a blisteringly fast aiming time of 1.1 seconds, which is probably like the fastest aim time in the game, compared to the 1.3, which is still very good, of the French ones, and it weighs 10 kilograms more. However, if we look at the upper one, if we look at the SA-35 of the French tank, is still not as good as the Germans' Tier 2 47mm. It has a lower rate of fire with 24 compared to the 27.63, 45 with 45mm of average penetration with armor piercing, 79 with APCR, 24 again with high explosive, slightly better explosive damage with 70. Slightly better average damage by 3, 55, 55 compared to 52, 52. Slightly better dispersion with 0.38 compared to 0.39, and again slightly slower aiming time of 1.3 seconds, weighed the same. And that's the second best gun on the Somya, and that's a Tier 3 gun. If we look at the top Tier 3 gun, it's slightly better than the premiums. So it has, again, a slower rate of fire. They keep going down in rate of fire. 20.69 compared to 27.63. 66 average penetration compared to 55. 98, 90, 24, 24. Again, 55, 55, 70, 52, 52, 62. Again, with slightly better dispersion, 0.38. However, it has far increased aiming time of 1.7 seconds, and it weighs the same. So it's sort of okay. Gun choice on the Somya is not that good. But with my current setup and 100% crew, I've managed to get the gun reload time down to 2.04 seconds on the Panzer S35 compared to the Somya 3.04, which is even though it's only with a 81% crew. But okay. 41 degrees turret traverse, again 330 meter view range and 525 meter signal range. Does this thing have the top engine radio range? No, it doesn't. 710 with the top. But yeah, I have to play this tank some more, and I don't particularly want to do that without 100% crew, so it's all okay. Actually, if I go to training, yeah, it's reduced. Okay, may have to get some ghoul then. But yes, so Panzer S35, I do like the Panzer S35. The view range is pretty standard, Tier 3 view range. Signal range is standard for Tier 3 premiums, except for the M3 Lite, which has got terrible signal and view range. Somya, yeah. Tank Destroyer, yeah. Got Obtector, yeah. So it's got pretty standard view range and pretty good signal range. And the armor is alright, because you see Tier 3s where the armor can be slightly thinner. But even so, 36 hull armor is terrible. But it is, however, very rounded and sloped, which is very nice. Moving on to consumables, you've got your regular consumables. It can fire armor piercing composite rigid, or high explosive. Sprenggranaten, Panzergranaten 40 or Panzergranaten 39, except it's got the F denotation because it's French ammo. But moving on to the equipment fit, you can only fit up to 7. Well, you can't fit up to 7 because that would be amazing, but you can only fit 3 out of 7. You only have a total of 7 that you can choose, and one of them is not gun rammer. Camo net can maybe pretty useful, yeah. Improved ventilation, yeah, definitely very useful to have on this tank, because you're not really going to want to fit anything much else on here, and also it helps you get your reload time down. 2.04, yay. Medium spall liner, yeah, could work. It does have that French armor, so spall liner will probably help. Not that there's that much artillery and or that much ramming going on in Tier 2 battles. It's pretty, or Tier 3 at least, battles. So maybe slightly wasted, but oh, sport liner is always a useful thing to have. Binocular telescope, you could do if you want. Coated optics, yeah, go for it. Coated optics will be useful on this tank. I haven't actually fitted it. No. Gun lane drive you don't need because it's 1.1 seconds aiming time, which is very, very good. You don't need to enhance that anymore. And of course, toolbox is always useful on any tank you want. So yeah, I've just fitted it with improvements and toolbox for now. Mostly because I've been spending my credits on other things. But yeah, so there's the equipment fit. As for crew, you've got a crew of 3. You've got your commander, gunner, and loader all in one. I am currently getting him trained on Deadeye because Deadeye is always a useful thing to have. Sixth Sense, yes, definitely useful for a commander perk. Eagle Eye as well, Jack of all trades. Could do, you could do. Recon, yeah, go for it. Recon's always a useful thing to have. Mentor, I always find is not very useful. Actually, I don't think it's a very useful perk. It's more of a waste. Designated target makes targeted enemy vehicle visible for 2 more seconds. Yeah, your reload time will get down to about. Well, I've got mine down to 2.04, so yeah, that two extra seconds will allow you to get that 1 more shot off, so yeah, go for it. Armourer, sure, if you want. Snapshot, yeah, as well, go for it if you want. Intuition, perhaps if you want. It does have that subpar French penetration of that tier 2 gun, so sure, Intuition if you want to change between armor piercing and that APCR. Adrenaline Rush is always useful as well, especially at low tiers when you've got autocannons doing like 10 damage, so yeah, sure, Adrenaline Rush. Save Surge as well, if you want, if your ammo rack keeps getting damaged. Loader, I'm going Clutch Braking because Clutch Braking is always a useful thing to have. Off-road driving is also very useful. Controlled Impact, if you want, you do have thick French armour, even though it's not as thick as the Somya, but smooth ride, you might want to. You do go pretty fast though, and so your dispersion will go everywhere, so you're not likely to hit anything, but if you want. Preventive maintenance, if you keep getting set on fire, then sure, go for it. Radio operator. Could have situational awareness is always useful as well. Call for vengeance, sure if you want. Signal boosting as well, that will be useful on this tank, and relay will also probably be useful. However, I am going firefighting. I could reset that if I wanted and go with signal boosting, but yeah, as it happens, that's what I went with first. So overall, it's a very useful premium to get. I would say, yep, go for it if you want it. It's a very nice tank. I do not regret buying it. It is a good premium tank. I do enjoy playing it. It is very fun at low tiers. The gun is perfectly adequate for penetrating other tier 3s and the tier 2s and some tier 4s, not so much tier 5s. I have like damaged the side of a KV with 1 shot, but that's a KV1. But yeah, the gun is alright, the turret and the armour. Charge reverse, hold reverse, speed, yeah, it's all very well. Yeah, it's definitely a good premium to get. I do enjoy it. So I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.